This will be the formation for the upcoming match. As you can see, it's a 4-5-1 pattern with Rin Itoshi up top. Creating our 3-6-1 Nitro formation, with more men in the middle. It's a variable formation that can score from anywhere on the field, made possible only because we are an all-striker team. That's the Blue Lock system, an all-out attack.
As novel a concept as it is, putting together an all-striker team like we see in Blue Lock U20, it has been somewhat emulated in reality. Johan Cruyff was a famous exponent of total football. This was a type of football developed in 1970s Dutch academies. With total football, all the players are balanced in terms of capability and are able to comfortably rotate into any position on the pitch. Blue Lock football is the antithesis of this. Players are all unbalanced and geared towards attack. What they do, however, have in common is the lack of a static position for each player. With that in mind, there are a few teams that have to varying degrees of success deployed the all-out attack kind of football we see in the anime. The most recent proprietor of this style of football is Ange Postecoglou of Tottenham Hotspur.
Again, if people want me to change my approach, it's not going to change. Like, we're doing it for a reason. We're doing it because we think it'll help us be successful.
It's unclear to me if he plays this way because he doesn't trust the defensive players he has, or if it's a new style he decided to implement to overwhelm teams in the English Premier League. Before going to Spurs, the affectionately named Big Ange played a more traditional form of football. Having been coached in Australia by the legendary Pushkash, stranger still, Big Ange was a defender during his playing days for South Melbourne. In managing at Celtic, he perfected a style of having inverted fullbacks.
For Wraith Rovers, they know on days like this they need everything to go their way. Well, and the loud shouts that you can hear are from the touchline, and Ange Postecoglou absolutely furious as that ball went backwards to Joe Hart.
This developed more into something similar to what Ego plays with the Blue Lock 11. 3 attackers, 5 men in midfield, 2 defenders and a goalkeeper. When Ange's fullbacks invert, they either join the attacking line or join the midfield press. It's spectacular to watch, but the results unfortunately have not been good lately. Spurs conceded more than 3 goals 4 times this season and gave up 6 away to Liverpool.
I've about had enough of this, blood. It's not football, it's open back surgery, Diddy FC. This style of play is suicidal. Forget AIA, we need the Samaritans, blood. This is unacceptable, fam. And we've been seeing this all season, blood, even at full strength. One ball and our defenders behave like they're in Cornwall, blood. No man's land, fam. In training, they can't be doing defending. Listen, Ange must be so against defending. Before he came to the club, he got rid of all his white blood cells. He don't like it.
The strong disregard for defense has also yielded high-scoring wins, notably with Spurs taking out Man City 4-0 at the Etihad in November of the 24-25 season. Despite the attractiveness of the football, Spurs has struggled for results and league position. Adding to the idea of Blue Lock football maybe not being the most effective approach, let's go back in time to 1994, Kevin Keegan's Newcastle team.
We have not resorted to that, but I'll tell you, you can tell him now, be watching it, we're still fighting for this title, and he's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Keegan brought in striker Andy Cole for a record fee and used him in the same way Ego used Rin Itoshi.
Goals determine a striker's worth. So, I've decided to create a team centered around the egoist with the highest goal average among you. First, our top player, Rin Itoshi. He had the highest goal average, with 2.5 per game. He'll be the crux of the team while the other players use an all-out attack formation centered around him.
He built the whole team around getting the ball to Cole, with Peter Beardsley playing the Yoichi Isagi role. The plan was to get the ball to Cole, but if he couldn't get the job done, Beardsley could take over. Andy Cole scored 34 goals in the Premier League only, and Beardsley bagged 21 for a combined 55. They scored 67% of the team's total goal output as they headed for a third place finish in the Premier League. The same team minus Andy Cole challenged again for the league title in 1996, but this team was just short of Ferguson's Manchester United, and maybe the most effective deployment yet of Blue Lock style football. Like the video if you want to see a part 2. Watch more Blue Lock content on screen. It gets even better, trust me. See you next time.
But I know he can make it.